A good Sunday morning to you. This is Dwight Davis. Welcome to our Bird Notes as we anticipate St. Patrick's Day. The national bird of Guatemala is a strikingly beautiful red and green feathered bird called the quetzal. It was worshipped as far back as Aztec times. The national bird of the United States is, of course, the bald eagle, much to the dismay of Dr. Franklin, but he was outvoted on this. Prior to this St. Patrick's Day, I got to wondering about the national bird of Ireland. Well, I can't find any reference to any national bird of Ireland, but the pursuit of same turned up some fascinating birds and stories. Let's start with the myth of the children of Lir. Lir is spelled here L-I-R. This is not the bard's Lear, by the way, L-E-A-R. According to this story, it is one of three tragic stories of Erin. The story tells of four children of King Lear, Finola, and her three brothers. They had a spell cast on them by their jealous stepmother and were changed into white swans, doomed to wander over Irish waters for 1,000 years. There's another legend that has to do with birds and the Emerald Isle. I read here from The Life and Lore of Birds by Edwin Armstrong. It seems incredible that the belief that barnacles can turn into geese has survived almost to the present day. A generation ago, it was recorded that goose was considered legitimate Lenten fare all along the Kerry coast of Ireland. The most eminent student of Irish folklore, Professor J. H. DeLargy, once wrote to me, "I met a teacher in Kerry who told me that he had often shot barnacle geese and had them for Friday's dinner, this type of fish being very popular locally on that day. He was quite serious." The legend of barnacle geese, that is, barnacles turning into geese, can be traced back to about the 10th century. In 1186, after a visit to Ireland, one Giraldus Cambrensis read a paper in Oxford in which he claimed to have seen the birds being generated from shells attached to floating timber. He called them bernaceae and declared that religious men regarded them as legitimate fare during periods of fasting because they are not flesh nor born of flesh. Fascinating stories there, but so far no national bird for Ireland. Considering that the eagle has been on U.S. coinage for quite a while, since the beginning of the country, as a matter of fact, I looked at Irish coins for some sort of parallel. Well, the raven appears on the 50th anniversary commemorative coin of the 1916 Easter Uprising, but the bird is pictured only as an accessory to the Celtic hero Cuchulainn. More seen on Irish coinage are two birds, a hen with chicks on the Irish penny for many, many years, and the woodcock on the old farthing and on the relatively new 50-cent piece, new pence piece. Why these birds? Well, I don't know. I suppose the common barnyard chicken suggests agrarian society of Ireland, and the woodcock, the less settled woodlands. The European woodcock, by the way, very similar to our woodcock. So what do we have in a search for an Irish bird? The woodcock, the chicken, some swans, the barnacle goose, and a raven, but no one bird representing the Emerald Isle. But I suppose in the end, Ireland doesn't need a national bird. The other symbols serve very well. The shamrock, St. Patrick himself, the Irish harp, leprechauns, and Guinness, which, according to a report a while back, actually is good for you, as the motto says.